What is going on to you, Taurus, out here? So for you, Taurus, you have the Hierophant, the Queen of Pentacles, and then you, Taurus, have the Ten of Swords. So the Hierophant is a major arcana that represents Taurus and Sagittarius, Taurus and Sagittarius put together. But your influence is here immediately, right? I'm sure you're going to get a Scorpio influence somewhere around here. Maybe not necessarily in the main board, but probably in clarifications. But anyway, the Hierophant right here is about how the Hierophant and the Queen of Swords and the Ten of Swords speaks to how a lot of you Taurus are spiritualizing your experiences, which is what you're supposed to be doing. You're supposed to spiritualize it. There's a sense of you making sense of the difficulties that you've had in love in general. And you making sense of it. Because it's the truth. The Ten of Swords speaks to, like I said, the difficulties that you've had to experience. Not just in the matters of the heart, but just in things in general. How things didn't necessarily go your way as far as love, as far as as far as everything. You just didn't think that it would turn out like how it would turn out. You know, I essentially wanted to be a scientist when I was younger. And working in a lab. And it didn't turn out like this. But I still turned out to be a scientist having a scientific brain. So it worked out. It's just that it just didn't necessarily work out the way that I would have originally envisioned, but it did work out nonetheless. And that's the same thing that's going on with you, Taurus, right? The Queen of Pentacles represents, and because of it, it's made you very resilient. And what I mean when I say resilient, I'm talking about you are very wise. A lot of you Taurus can make very good decisions regardless of if pressure is on your shoulders or not. And the reason why you've been able to do that, well, part of the reason why is because you Taurus have been actually going through hardships, right? You know what it feels like to actually go through something. So you can kind of give someone a word of advice if they are willing to listen to what it is that you Taurus essentially have to say. So, and this is why you have the Hierophant, right? The Hierophant represents your becoming the sage, the wise individual, right? The person that is supposed to become as they get older, right? There's this notion that you're supposed to become wiser when you get older. And we can see today that that's not necessarily the case. You got some dumb individuals running around here that are in their 50s, 60s, 70s, and older who think like they're 15-year-olds and haven't learned anything. They have no wisdom. So you Taurus have gone through a lot. And a lot of you Taurus see that as celebratory. Because the Knight of Swords and the Seven of Pentacles speaks to someone is not just going to come to you and make your life terrible, right? Terrible. But then at first just tell you that they want to be cool with you. You know that that's one of the oldest tactics in the book is sabotage. Trying to come around you, but posing to be a friend, posing to be friendly, acting like they have your best interest in mind. You Taurus are not going to allow someone to just show up like that. A person has to step to you correctly. The Seven of Pentacles, right? You're making a lot of very much so wise decisions. You want a family if you don't already have one. Even if the significant other is gone and you have little ones, you still want that completed or complete family. So as a result, a lot of you Taurus are not going to put up with someone who ends up being a slime ball, right? Goofy. That all it is that they want to do is come in. They're not actually contributing anything to you. they're going to have to actually contribute something to you. They're going to have to actually step to you correctly. Why this is important is because your lifestyle is getting better. The way that you Taurus are living your life a lot better. You're eating better. You're looking better, like I've been talking about. Your finances are going up. So you're making overall very good decisions because of the fact that you've been through so much experience, right? What creates wisdom is book smarts and experience, right? Studying and practicing. Studying and practicing is what creates wisdom. You read it in a book, you learned it from somebody somewhere, you saw it on a television show, then you actually go and you practice. Maybe not everything, but you go and you practice some of the things that you legitimately want to do. And then you gain a more deeper understanding, having read about it or learned about it, and then actually experienced it, right? So why this is important is because you, Taurus, have that kind of experience and have that kind of practice enough to actually know what it is that you're doing. And you, Taurus, understand that you can't just be, with anybody. If you're going to say that your value is on point, you can't just go talk to anybody. You can't accept anybody. And I'm glad that other people who with much bigger channels than me, shout outs to them, shout outs to all of them, who are starting to actually talk up about this stuff, about how they are actually correcting the whole "you are what you are attracting" thing, where they're saying the same thing that I'm saying. And again, I'm not knocking them whatsoever. I'm glad that they're actually using it because it is the truth. Like this notion that you can control who comes up to you. I don't know where people got that that sentiment from, but you can't control who comes up to you. You can't control who comes up to you, in the street or something like this. You can just merely tell, as far as approaching is concerned, you can just merely tell them yes or no, right? Or you can cooperate or choose to not cooperate. But a lot of you Taurus are realizing just that same thing, right? So I'm seeing how, again, 6 of Cups, you Taurus have told a lot of people to get lost or essentially ghosted them. You just stopped talking to them. And the reason why is because they haven't shown you any kind of real potential. They're not showing you that they're working on something right now, and that where it is that they could go could be even further than where they are in the future. Even further than where it is that they are now. But they're building for the future. This is more so about how you Taurus are meeting people that, everybody's gonna, it's this game of, it's this camouflage of hyenas and lions. Everybody is trying to act like they're successful, right? But in their own right. You have the hyenas acting like they're successful, and then you have the lions and the lionesses, right? Actually being successful, right? So you Taurus, right? You're looking at who is fronting to be successful versus who actually is successful, right? So you Taurus have deducted that these people actually aren't successful. They're just stunting like they are. So why would you Taurus decide to hang out with them? You're not going to. And the reason why is because they're not actually successful, right? They don't actually have potential. They're not on to anything right now, right? They're not getting their value system in order, but you are. And you understood that your value systems and their value systems are not the same. So the Emperor and the World card right here represents how, so you're not going to just make yourself available to anyone that is a Ray Ray or a Pookie or a Pookeisha, right? A person who's shiftless, dysfunctional. They want to make excuses as to why they're not doing anything. You leave them, you go to your job, y'all may live together. You leave them for the morning, you go to your job, you come back, they doing the same stuff that they were doing prior to, sitting on the sofa. Sitting on the sofa, watching telenovelas. You know what I'm saying? Seriously though. So, and the thing is that the Empress and the World card right here represents you Taurus, get the idea. You need to go exclusive with the people that you are going to take seriously. Exclusivity is where the power is. Making things private is where the power is. Making things public is for exposure, it's for popularity, it's to get the word out. But you want to make things as private as possible. What do big corporations do? They privatize everything. They make everything private. That's where the real power is. Everything powerful is private, in the dark, private. It's hidden. It's veiled, right? Like how it is that even in magic, we talk about you were born with the veil on you, right? Or veuve, right? For French, right? For broken Creole French, which is you were born with the veil. You were born with a form of spiritual protection that protects you from all the physical things that you see, right? So that you can grow up, and as you grow, you're not, you can grow up, but you can grow up successfully, right? And then from then you can decide from there, and then you can decide who you want to be, if you want to continue on the legacy, that type of stuff, right? And so a lot of you Taurus understand you have to be exclusive. The Empress is Libra, but Libra shares a planet with Taurus and Venus. So there's definitely, and then the world is Capricorn, right? But Taurus is also ruled by the Earth too, to a certain extent. So, right, Gaia and all of that. So you have to, so again, you Taurus understand that you're looking for an exclusive relationship. If a person cannot be exclusive with you, stay away from them. You Taurus have the right idea. It's about being exclusive with your money, exclusive with the thoughts that you share with other people, exclusive with your feelings, right? What are your family member relationships? Exclusive. What are your friendships? Exclusive. You are trying to see if you can be exclusive between yourself and another person. That's what building connections is. Your connection that you have with your mom is not the same way that you have with your father. You're not going to get your nails painted with your father the same way that you would with your mother, depending on who you are, right? But the point that I'm trying to make here is the Ace of Pentacles and the Three of Cups, right, is about how, right? And I'm not here to cast judgment. I don't care. Whatever it is that you're into, right? I'm not going to make people feel terrible about their life decisions. That's not my business. But the point is that the Ace of Pentacles, and the Three of Cups represents, and because you Taurus understand your value, okay? You understand that the exclusivity is where it is that you want to be. And you're right, you should be there. That's a good decision. The Three of Cups, it would behoove somebody to be on that. So for the reading, what it is that I'm seeing here is I'm seeing you Taurus meeting a couple of people, but none of them have essentially really gotten your eye yet. They haven't really caught your eye. They haven't really shown you anything different. I'm much more seeing how you Taurus have, Three of Cups, tried to get to know a couple of people, but it's not anything to grab your attention. It's not anything viral. You know what I'm saying? It's something that will really grab your attention, something that will have you Taurus be like, okay, you're going to continue on, because you just see the fakery behind the type of nonsense that some people are pulling. They're trying to make themselves seem like they're great people just to reel you Taurus in. And good for you, luckily for you, it's not working. So let's clarify the Six of Cups. And then the Six of Cups is now about them like trying to reach back out to you. And this is early. Reach back out to you because they're trying to figure out what happened between the two of you. Because you just basically dated them, felt out their energy, and you just dipped. You just excommunicated, right? You went radio silent. Next thing you know, this person's trying to figure out, well, what exactly is happening? Well, what's happening is you, Taurus, just wasn't around for all of that because you saw the writing on the wall. You saw that this person has some issues that they needed to essentially work out. So you, Taurus, wasn't gonna stick around. So let's clarify the Three of Cups, right? So why all of this type of stuff is important is because you have the Seven of Pentacles to clarify the Three of Cups, Ace of Swords, Queen of Cups, Justice, and Lovers. Again, Seven of Pentacles and the Ace of Swords. You don't want to have to put in all this work only to deal with someone who is a Ray Ray or a Pookie or a Pookisha, right? Someone who you're going to be in a relationship with, and then they're going to be lazy. They're going to be for the streets. They're going to be dysfunctional. You're going to feel like you've wasted your time. The Queen of Cups, the Justice, which is Libra. You bring a whole lot to the table. But you, Taurus, understand that this is a format. You have to go through this procedure. You have to make sure that these people are not up to anything, anyone that you meet, that you're going to call yourself trying to get to know romantically. You have to make sure that they're not up to anything sus, suspect. And then the thing is that the Lovers right here is about, but if they can, they're going to see. And what I mean when I say the procedure, I'm talking about stepping in them correctly, paying attention how they step to you. Are they actually bringing value to you, right? When you ask them questions, is the things that they're saying making sense? Or are those things, writing on the wall essentially to get out while you still have an opportunity to, right? Because a person is going to let you know certain things, right? If you let them speak enough. If you ask them questions, they're going to tell you what time it is. They're going to let you know, you know what I'm saying? Like with me, when I wrote, when somebody asked me a question about the whole Cleopatra thing and Mark Antony, there was so much going on, because I wrote it in my book. There was so much going on with Cleopatra. Like Cleopatra was with Mark Antony, Julius Caesar, trying to make the moves on Augustus, right? Sending letters, and Augustus was like, nah. Augustus was like, nah, I'm coming to fully take over Egypt on some hostile takeover type stuff. Them charms are not gonna work on me. And Ptolemy was born and stuff like this that you would later call Philadelphus, which is where you get Philadelphia from and all of that. So you know what I'm saying? So that all of that type of stuff, it even though I wrote about it, some of the info, because it was so much going on. But anyway, I was able to work it out because there was so much going on at that time. And then they hid like Ptolemy or Ptolemy away, that you would call Philadelphus, away for like some odd years, right? Like he was like, a little one at this time, and then they went on a run, and he ended up coming back at 33 years old and trying to reclaim the throne. Anyway, so you understand the procedure. You, Taurus, understand that you're going to have to get certain things right. You're going to have to get certain things correct. It can't just be the two of you just rush into a relationship super quickly. You're going to have to actually get to know some questions, right? That asking some questions is slowing down. So that's it for now. Comment on the video, like the video, subscribe to the YouTube channel. I'm trying to make my YouTube channel grow to 100,000 subs. I'm at 15,000 subscribers plus now. Smash the subscribe button, smash the like button, hit the notification bell, set the notification bell to all so you can be notified whenever I drop my videos.